everybody. Welcome to the Ecological Culture Initiative's Summer Session Composting Program. As you can see, we have two lovely bins of compost. We're really trying to empower everyone in our community. We have about 15 members this season, this session, and we had 15, or actually 17, I believe, for the spring session. We diverted 960 pounds of compost, food waste from the local landfills, which is amazing. And as a result, we have this beautiful compost for everyone to enjoy after the 3-month session to take home into your gardens, your house plants, topsoil, fertilization, or lawn fertilization, and other yard needs. So yes, we're really excited just to close the loop on this food waste issue that we're all understanding more and more these days. So let me invite Anne, who's one of our new members, to come in. She has a pail full of her compost, and she'll be coming over here to the scale, which is already tiered to the weight of the scale. So she's easily setting that on the scale. She's going to open up this pail here and record in the next available spot. There's a little bit more room there. The date, your name, and exactly what you see on the scale. Since it's already tiered, we've already taken into account the weight of the pail. We really love if you guys just make this part of the process so that we can really document, how much waste we are actually diverting. So that's that. So 3 pounds. So then you just close that up. We'd like to keep that closed and locked for the next participant to come. So now you'll take it off. And actually this compost is still, is pretty much done. So we're not going to add the food there. We'll come over here to this next bin. And you'll go ahead and wherever you feel comfortable, toss your waste in. We want to stress the importance of no tags, rubber bands, or stickers on any of the produce. I know it's very hard to remember when you're in the process of making your meals, but yes, they will not compost. So we'll just want to make sure to double check that before you actually discard them in your pail. And she'll go ahead and toss that in. And voila. Yes, it's always great to, if you remember to cut up your produce for the compost, but Tony definitely uses that. You don't have to worry about doing any of that. You have Tony who's been taking care of the compost. He's going to walk you through the process, and then you're ready to go.
Thank you.
And we'll see you in a week.
Yes, definitely.
So let me introduce Tony Romano. He's our compost extraordinaire.
Hello. So I'm going to give you a quick instruction on how we sift out the material that will not be in your final finished black gold product. We shovel into the stainless steel strainer. Due to the rain, there is 5 to 10 worms in each shovel, which is just amazing. And we simply shake it over the pails. All the lucky worms and what's left go into the new bin. And we also have a little scraper someone left for us for your pail when you come here, so you don't have to get your fingers dirty. And then we just continue to repeat the process. We had these 2 pails full and that one full, but the previous members from the first session have taken all of their compost. So now the rest of the compost will be used in our garden and will help all of our plants grow for the food pantry.
So how do you maintain the compost? You add the biochar and some potting soil, you said?
I have made this compost using some biochar, not much, you only need a little, some kelp, some horseshoe crab shells, the beautiful topsoil we have from on property that has brown and black beautiful material already in it that we've been adding, along with maple sawdust from a local cabinet maker, mulch leaves, and any scrap material that comes out of the garden, old husks, old
raw material, the carbon you get from
anything we pull out of the garden that doesn't need to be used, the old straw goes in, and it's been broken down, and the worms absolutely love it, and we have a fantastic product that doesn't smell at all and should work wonders.
So yeah, if there's any questions, you know, you can always email us at info@eci.ny.org if you have questions, or I've already emailed you guys, so you have my email address. Feel free to contact me if you have any question.
And you do have some grass clippings?
Yes, grass clippings, yard clippings, leaves. Yeah, you need that kind of the ratio between the green, the nitrogen, which is mainly your food scraps, your veggies and fruit scraps, mixed in with the brown matter, which is the carbon. So it's an equal mixture of both. So yeah.
So I have a question about the paper products. You say trailer paper rolls. Do you just
Core.
add the
core,
core?
not the roll.
No, the core.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you just add the whole? You just put the whole thing in?
Yes.
Yep. They're
I
small
prefer
enough
if you
that
shred any big cardboard containers,
Right.
like someone put this in here, and it will break down in 3 months, especially over summer. But a couple little shreds just like this make the process go a little bit quicker and a little less work for me to chop everything up, which I don't mind doing. I need the workout. But yeah, this is just 3 weeks of the garden material, transferring 100 pounds of good topsoil on top of it, and then what people have dropped in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So we're already flying into the next season, and we're gonna have possibly 2 bins of compost by the end of the summer instead of just 1, because of the heat and because of the quantity of product that we're getting.
And I just wanted to briefly mention too, you know, with this kind of war on food waste, there's so much you can, I mean, there's a variety of things that you can do with your food before you end up putting it in the compost, like the stalks of broccoli. Those are great to add to your, if you're a green juicer, or you know, if you like smoothies, you know, to juice the broccoli cores. Those are great. We've been making our own veggie stock, so any scraps that I would normally put in the compost, I just put them in a bowl in the freezer until it accumulates, and then I add water and a bunch of herbs and spices into the pot with all the food scraps and cook it for like an hour and a half, and then strain it, and I have a veggie broth, like usually around, I don't know, 8 cups I think, or maybe even more depending on how large my food scrap pile was. And then I take those veggie scraps and compost them. Carrot tops, you know, the green leafy carrot tops, those make a great pesto. You know, just add your garlic and your oil and whatever nut that or seed that you like. Yeah, so there's bananas, you know, they get all spotty, you know, especially with the warm temperatures coming. We've been, you know, you can make banana bread. They love, you know, those recipes call for very, you know, overripe bananas. But what we've been doing is unpeeling them, of course, and putting them in the freezer, and then making this nice cream. You just add frozen bananas, some of your milk of choice, some peanut butter or your nut butter of choice, and just blitz it, and you have this amazing, cold, refreshing, almost like yogurt ice cream. So just to start being resourceful and creative with the food waste, you know, before it ends up in the landfill. It just took so much to get the food to you at the supermarket or the farmers markets. You know, what the farmers have to go through, the transportation, the water that it takes to grow these amazing crops, that, you know, if you're just didn't seal it right in the refrigerator, if it got tucked behind something and you forgot about it, you know, just to really, this whole practice is about creating a mindfulness, right, of what you're consuming, and then what you're disposing of. That's why we initially set up the Zero Waste Initiative, which is kind of the main umbrella, or the umbrella of the composting program. So yeah, just to be more mindful and resourceful when it comes to, before you throw it in the pail, say, what can I do with this? And Google is your friend. You just type something in, even like the juice pulp from your juicer, you can make crackers with that. If you make your own, we make our own nut milk at home, and that pulp you can make crackers from. So it's just crazy, you know, the amount of options that you have. So I just invite you to have a little fun with that.
We'll do one more quick explanation of how we make our black gold. See worms? Oh, see an ant. So yeah, here we go. We got one worm. Where are they all? Here's another worm.
Do you keep some of the worms for some of the
I
soil?
have kept some of the worms, but I left a lot in the compost for people to take home for their gardens. And of course there's tons of worm castings in here, which cannot be overemphasized on how nutritious worm castings is for your soil. And we all know that your plants' nutrients come from the soil. So the healthier you can make your soil, the more worms you have in it, the better your food will do.
So you do accept citrus?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
With a couple thousand pounds being made, citrus will not be affecting.
Okay.
What is citrus?
Well, the mindset is that it's too acidic, I believe. I could be wrong on this, but we know that lemon isn't acidic in the stomach. It transforms, and so I believe in whole foods and the transformative power of all of the stuff that we use to work cohesively to build a healthy biome for, you know, the soil, for our plants. And I don't exclude anything that can be broken down that is healthy. And because we have, you know, a 3-month time frame, I limit some things that take longer to break down, and some things that may be tainted, such as pizza boxes, may have too much oil or cheese in it. So we do limit some things that can be composted, just for the sake of making our product the healthiest product as quick as possible.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you want to mention why we're not accepting potatoes and potato peels?
Yes, so we're not accepting potato peels
Or
because
raw potato.
raw potato peels. If you cook them, then we will accept them because of the potato blight. It can transfer and it can live and it can fester, which is not something we want to propagate. So if you do bring any potato peels, try to remember to cook them quickly, blanch them, and then give them to us.
Just in the garden, right?
Yes, Saturday and Sunday we had 10 volunteers rotate through at times. The most we've had in the garden at one time is 4, and we've gotten most of our crops planted. We have all of our herb boxes still to plant. We have a neighbor who has donated 400 square feet of red brick, which 2 volunteers helped me restack on new pallets so that we can move it over here. We will have a wheelchair accessible center bed, which will be 10 by 10, and the bricks will enable the wheelchairs to easily access our herb boxes and our center wheelchair accessible bed, so that they can harvest and plant and smell and play with what we're growing here at their leisure. We have a local sculptor who's making a beautiful stainless steel kinetic dragonfly.
Yeah,
Excuse me,
just like
dragonfly.
our emblem.
Yeah, just like our emblem, we're gonna have a beautiful dragonfly as our centerpiece, which the Sisters of St. Joe are very excited about, because it's gonna be a beautiful addition to a beautiful project that is starting to really come to culmination with the help of many volunteers and time.
And just which reminded me, since Hampton Bays Public Library is now closed and we're not sure quite when they're reopening, we actually moved our seed library. I'm sure most of you guys know about our seed library. We've moved it to the Eco Shack. So if on your way out, if you wanted to grab some additional seeds, please do so.
Thank you everyone for coming today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And
The beautiful weather ahead. It's really gorgeous.
Thank you.
take care.
Take care.